Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I've got the whole Decepticon squad from the Transformer 2007 movie in front of me, and this is the first part of the video where I will review them in their alternate mode. So basically there's not much to talk about when they are in alternate mode because their scale is a little bit difficult to check. You might need to check the army helicopter, the army tank for you to know whether they are correct or not. But just for your reference, this is the overview of them all. So I will go through one by one, and I will let you know the measurement, as in the length, the width, and also the height of each of them, and also a little bit of comparison whenever the other figure is available. Okay, now first let's take a look at the Megatron. This is basically the Weijiang T08 Shake Sky Wing, and as you can see here, this is his alternate mode. I can say that he has a wonderful color, a good paint application. It looks like a silverish, alienish form. Overall, he is very good in terms of paint application. In terms of the transformation, it's easy enough for you to do it. The material is also very good. There's not much problem. I like the design, I like the detailed, especially the face and so on. More on him will be covered in the robot mode video, which I will be publishing in few days. But for now, this is the alternate mode. One thing I don't like with him is that he doesn't look mechanical, or perhaps not like other robot mode. He's always has this alien mode. He's always looks like the alien, even though he's in his alternate mode like a fighter jet. However, he still looks alien, and you can still see him in his alternate mode, as in you can see his head popping out, and also his hand. From the bottom he looks like flying Superman. So everything still there, so he's not like 100% transformed. And for his measurement, his length is basically about 48 centimeters. His width from one wing to the other wing is 42 centimeters, and his height from the lowest point to the top point is 15 centimeters. Now I will move on to the Bone Crusher. This is basically the GOD09 Dream Factory Bone Crusher. So in his alternate mode, he is very good. I would say that he's the best amongst all in terms of the material. The plastic are very thick, it's very sturdy. It comes with die-cast part. The tires are all rubbers, except that the paint application is just a normal paint application. There's nothing special to the paint application. I saw people customized it. They custom painted it, and it looks really nice. There is another version, which is the battle damage, I think, or perhaps a little bit of dirt. And that one, in the alternate mode, it doesn't look as nice as this, but the robot mode is good. Overall, I'm very happy with this Bone Crusher. I believe if the Dream Factory made other figures as well, it's worth to check it out, because they have the best in terms of the material, the transformation and everything. The quality is high with this figure. And with his measurement, he is about 29 centimeters long, and his width is 9 centimeters, and his height is about 10 centimeters. And now we move on to the Blackout. I simply believe this is the best version of Blackout that we have. This is the M05 from Weijiang. He is very good in his robot mode. However, his paint application is the main problem here. Okay, so even though he has the good mechanics of the transformation, however, this is the figure with the most paint application issues. I saw lots of people been custom painting this, because there's a decoloration everywhere. Okay, so the paint doesn't, the paint is not really good. There are some section, if you check out closely, there are some decoloration. and if you leave it for a few months, then it will, you know, decolor more than this one. He is simply the biggest one, the longest one in here, with the length of 57 centimeters, 20 centimeters wide, and about 14 centimeters tall. This is basically the alternate mode, not yet the robot mode. Again, I will upload another video for the robot mode. And now we move on to Brawl. This is basically the M04 Brawl from Weijiang, and as you can see, he has this camouflage or perhaps stealth paint application. Overall, he looks really good. I like this tank design. He has this, you know, rubber part, and inside there's also some die-cast part, as in metal part. Everything he is spot on as a tank. However, the robot mode is to be discussed in another video, because there is an alternate choice for this figure. Overall, I like it in the tank mode. I love him. He's big, he's sturdy, and he really looks like an RC model, perhaps. Okay, and his length is about 38 centimeters. He's about 16 centimeters wide and 13 centimeters tall, or perhaps height. And now we move on to Starscream. This is basically my choice for the alternate mode. This is LS04S Black Mamba, the tattooed version. And if we talk about alternate mode, this is my choice because of the colors, because of the tattoo. The paint application is really good. The tattooed application is also good. The whole figure thing in alternate mode is excellent. It starts in very fine after you've transformed it. There's no loose part, it's all very tight. They stay together, and it also can be moved around on all three wheels. So, you know, there's no problem. The alternate mode looks really well for the LS04S. However, in the robot mode, as you know, I will be choosing a different model, not this one. Okay, so for alternate mode, I'm choosing the LS04S due to this, you know, due to his overall look. He is basically about 33 centimeters long, 23.5 wide, 10.5 centimeters tall, or perhaps height. And finally, we move on to the last one, to the smallest one, which is the Barricade. His length is about 17.5 centimeters, 7 centimeters wide, and 5.5 centimeters tall. This is the only choice, or perhaps the alternate choice than the MPM version. This is the same size as the MPM, and this is basically the Black Mamba bottleneck. And as you can see, he is very nice in his alternate mode. He really looks like a car. Excellent car here. You can see the design, the colors, everything just spot on from the movie. I like this alternate mode very much, and the only alternate version that you can get is the MPM version, as in from Takara or Hasbro. And in terms of the comparison, as I mentioned earlier, it's a bit difficult for us to determine whether this is the right size or the right scale or not, because, you know, we might need to dive into the military or the vehicle size, the vehicle scale. But as you can see, I think the Bone Crusher is spot on with the Barricade over there, and it also looks a good size, a good scale with the Blackout in his heli mode. But again, it could be that the Bone Crusher is a bit bigger than the helicopter. I believe it should be a bit bigger, maybe a bit taller, but, you know, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, and then if we compare, let's say, the M04 Brawl with the heli, it looks like he's a lot bigger. So I'm not sure, you know, just put your comment, let me know what do you think about it. And now, just with these three, So if you look properly, I'm not sure if the bone crusher is this big, okay, but this is just for your reference. I can't really tell which one for you to choose, but this is how it is for the model that I've mentioned. You might need to venture into a different model if you don't like this scale, but unfortunately you might be, or perhaps it will cause problem when they are in their robot mode, okay? And the biggest issue here is always been with the Starscream, okay? So even for this model, or the F12 metal deformation, the new Starscream from the MPM 10, it's the same size, same length, same width. As you can see, it's a lot smaller. Okay, so this is why people are crying for the oversized version of the Starscream. You can see he's just, a bit bigger than a car, where he's supposed to be a lot bigger than a car. However, his robot mode looks okay. Maybe just need to be a little bit bigger. I'm not sure how they're going to do that. But the alternate mode surely needs to be bigger than this. So if I pit him with the Bone Crusher, so even the Bone Crusher looks bigger than him. And Brawl is of course a lot bigger than him, where they're supposed to be at least the same, or the F22 is supposed to be a lot bigger than a tank. And now against the big Blackout, as you can see, I think he needs to be a bit bigger than this. And overall, I'm not pitting the Megatron with anyone because he's in his alien mode, even if he's in his alternate mode. So it doesn't really make sense if I try to compare them, but at least, this is how he looks like with his other colleague. And if I want to compare them with the Autobots, this is the Bumblebee, the LTS-03C from the Legendary Toys, and also the Aoyamac Jazz. Both of them are MPM scale, just the same as the Barricade. And it doesn't really make sense to compare the Starscream with all this scale. And if I put the Megatron for comparison, here he is. And now with the addition of the Black Apple Wei-Jung, the Optimus Prime, as you can see here, the scale looks all good. Probably you want to look at, from this angle. Seems okay. And this is against Brawl. And then perhaps a Bone Crusher with the Blackout. And again, it's the controversial Starscream. He's a lot smaller, as you can see here. Doesn't really match. And side by side with his nemesis, the Megatron. And this is it for today. I hope you guys enjoy all this comparison and the scales. Hope it will help you in collecting this. And of course, this did not count the other figures that accurate. They are more accurate, of course. For example, those, statue, Prime 1 Studio. So I'm basically ignoring that, and this is only for the transformable figure, okay? So I hope to see you again. Please subscribe. There's more video to come, especially the robot mode for the Decepticon. And then I will follow it up with the Autobots as well. But I'm not sure how long it will take because I'm still missing the Ratchet. So hopefully I can get the either KO version or the MPM for Ratchet. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you again. Cheers then. Bye bye.